Good morning or afternoon to you all. This video will serve as an example for how to write your conclusion paragraph and then how to turn this outline packet that you've got here in front of you into a final essay. So first, go ahead and delete all those lines on your document. Those lines were simply there if you had the printed out version, so don't worry about those lines. Now, conclusion paragraph, it's going to be about 4 to 7 sentences. The first sentence is basically you're restating your thesis. Now, listen, you're in 7th grade. You might forget what a thesis is. Your thesis is that line right here. Jonas was able to grow and bring meaning to his life by or because. Now, in reality, here's what your conclusion should start with. It should start with answering this question. How do memories, pain, and choice help Jonas grow and give his life meaning in The Giver? Now, your concluding paragraph is going to sound very natural, almost like as if you're talking to me. So, for example, start your paragraph off like this. If I was to come up to you and say, hey, man, how do you think Jonas grew throughout The Giver? What did he do? How did he show growth? And then furthermore, how do you think he felt like he gave his life meaning by the end of this book? What did he do that showed that his life had purpose, had meaning? Okay, that's your first sentence or two. Then you restate your reasons. Tell me why you think Jonas grew. What helped him grow? Who helped him grow? How did he grow? Be specific. And then finally, your last few sentences, you'll wrap it up. It says, final thoughts. Show the importance of the analysis that you've been making in the paper. What's the last thing you want to say about this topic? So, how does everything that Jonas has done, how does that show that he's grown? And then finally, a clincher. This is kind of like your attention getter. It leaves your reader with thinking, wow, that was really incredible. It goes back to your attention getter in the introduction. Maybe your attention getter in the introduction is one quote, and this is the quote that comes right after, or says something about that quote. You can also just make a statement about the future of the subject that you've been writing about, which in this case is maybe the community, the world, honesty, lies, cruelness. And then down below, I encourage you to read my concluding paragraph example. Let me read it for you now. Throughout the novel, Jonas pushes back against the oppression of the community. As he gains memories and learns more about choice, pain, and what happened before his memories, he changes from a mindless sheep into a savior. He grows and changes as he gains opinions, emotions, and becomes a full, well-rounded person, and finally gives meaning to his life. Jonas's journey reminds us to not just blindly follow those in power, or anyone. Reminds us to question, to use the choices and knowledge we have at our disposal to formulate our own opinions and be our own people. It reminds us that life is nothing without risk, that with pain of any kind comes knowledge, and that knowledge is power. Notice how I really ended with like a statement on like this book is not just about Jonas and some fictional community, but this is about life. All of these books, right, that you'll read throughout middle school and high school, they reflect our culture, they reflect us, they reflect the human experience, right? This is not just about a guy in a community, right? It's an allegory. Like this book stands for humans as well as the characters in the story. Okay, so you've got your concluding paragraph example. Now, how will this all be put together into one essay? So you're going to stitch everything that you have written together, right? So the first thing you'll do is you'll construct your introductory paragraph. So you're going to copy and paste everything in introductory paragraph. Now let's just pretend this is my introductory paragraph right here. You're going to copy and paste it, and I have attached a doc for you all in this assignment that's called the Giver Essay Final Draft. You're going to go and you're just going to copy and paste that in. So we're just pretending that this is my writing for my intro paragraph. Okay, there's a second sentence of my intro paragraph. And then finally, maybe this is my last sentence of my intro paragraph. Okay, so I've copy and pasted all my intro paragraph. All right, but it looks a little weird, right? There's some spelling issues. Okay, let's fix that. That's what you're going to do after you copy and paste all these paragraphs. You're going to fix it. Author's full name, right? So you want to fix all these mistakes. And of course, you want to make sure that your fonts are all the same. So you'll select a font, you'll change it, you'll make sure it's all the same size, you'll make sure that it's double spaced. You'll get rid of the highlighting, right? If that's what you have on there. You'll make it all the same color. You want to make it all the same. And then there you have an intro paragraph. Okay, for your body paragraphs, do not copy where it says topic sentence or anything in parentheses. Do not copy and paste that. You'll just copy your sentences that you wrote. So all this blank space, you should have written your introduction to your quote, your analysis. You'll copy and paste those one at a time, and then go to that document and you'll paste them. You go to this doc, go back, copy, and then paste. And I know that's a little tedious. It's like you're just kind of going through the motions, but that will then put it together so it'll look nice and neat. And eventually it'll look something like this, right? Like my final one, although this one is not double spaced and it's not 12-point font. It'll look something like this. Alrighty, and that's kind of how you put together your final essay. And then when you're finally like done copy and pasting everything into this final draft, you want to make sure that it's free of grammar mistakes, that the punctuation makes sense, that you've cited all your page numbers for your evidence, and that you have read through it and made sure there's no mistakes, so that you are ready to turn this baby in. This is due at the end of the day, Friday, January 15th. It cannot be late, as the quarter ends quite soon, and I will be grading these on Saturday. Okay, best of luck to you all, and let me know if you have any questions by sending me an email or seeing me on the Google Meets.